I did a short earlier on how God destroyed sin eternally, how his eternal spirit accomplished that. I want to get a little more in depth on that and how it connects to his person, how not only a lack of understanding, but the denial of the person of God is what led to the fall and leads to everything bad, and how reconnecting to that understanding, gaining understanding, and believing in the truth of who he is what restores proper order, restores things to the way they should be, at least in your life, even if they're not in this world. And the way the world is going to be restored, is going to be made new, is by the absolute reality, the revelation of who he is. When he reveals himself, it's going to be by the brightness of his coming. It's going to be that sheer truth of who he is that's going to recreate everything, because he spoke everything into existence, and he gave us free will, which led to all kinds of things, but it wasn't the free will itself. That's the thing you got to understand. It was the choice we made through that free will, but he had to go through a process to get us back to something even better than what he first created. That's what God does. God creates something that is very good, and even though we tear it down, he is able, because he is so good, so ingenious, so wise, he can create something even better. So for instance, Adam and Eve were alive, but they could fall if they made the wrong choice. They made the wrong choice, they fell. They died to their God. So that was very good. It was very good, but it wasn't the best because of what we did, not because of what he did. So now, because of what we did, with the help of the enemy of God and man, he is able to make something even better. He is able to offer us an eternal resurrected life. Adam and Eve did not have a resurrected life. We have resurrected life, which cannot be lost. We cannot be lost once we're saved. No more than he will come back here as a man to be crucified, because that's what would have to happen. If we could be lost, he would have to come back here, become a man in the likeness of sinful flesh once again, and die for us again, all over again, continually or repeatedly in perpetuity. But that's not what's going on. He destroyed sin in that flesh. So, let me get down to it. The fall happened because a lack of belief, maybe there was understanding on the part of the devil, because he was a created being, obviously, and I don't know, but some people say he was closer to God than anyone, but he clearly lacked understanding on the nature of the person of his creator. That is, the devil did. He didn't understand his creator. Because the essence of the nature of his creator is that he is an individual. That's why he spoke the way he did. He was constantly saying us, I am the Lord your God. So when that enemy of God and man came and said, no, Adam, Eve, you can be like God. Listen to me. Don't listen to him. That's confusion. Why would you want to be like someone that someone else is saying don't listen to? In other words, he's implying in this subtle way that he does is that God doesn't really have your best interests at heart, but you should be like him. You can be like him. So he didn't get the nature of God's individuality because he wanted to be like God. But that's not the purpose of existence. It's not to be like someone else. It's to be who you are. So that was where the flaw came in. There are so many flaws. I mean, God said it is very good. And in essence, what we said, no, God, it's not good. It's not good enough. We can make it better through our effort, through our determination on self-improvement. That was a denial of reality. God made something very good. We said, through our actions, no, that's inadequate. It was because of a lie, an outside lie, a persuasive lie. I don't deny that all of us would have been fooled by that, because none of us are God. None of us are good. There's only one who is good. The only good one can't be fooled. by lies like that. So the enemy comes in and he does this, but the whole time God is planning for something better. He is aware that these things will happen, but he still knows he can make something even better from it. And not better as in just that it will glorify him in the religious sense, in the typical religious sense, but glorify him in making him known and knowable. Because he's always been knowable. It's just that there's always been these blocks, and the most popular block to knowing him is religion, because it gives you an excuse to do something that is supposedly about him and for him and in his name, while it actually gives you the activity whereby you basically ignore him. Apologetics is the epitome of that. It does everything it can to ignore actually approaching the person of God by explaining him and using theology and making all these claims that are philosophical and intellectual in nature. It takes away the personal nature of God. God is a personal person. Hence, he's a person. And he is an individual. And you can know him as that person, like you can know other people. He is totally unique, though. There's no one like God, just like there's no one like you.